Well, hello, hello. It's me, Dr. Lulu, aka the Mom Nutrition, coming at y'all today with another episode of Suicide Notes with Dr. Lulu. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for sending me emails. I didn't even know anybody knew. But yes, we're excited. We have an email address. So if you'd like to connect with me, my email address is suicide notes with drlulu at gmail.com. Yes, remember the word doctor is abbreviated by DR. That's it. So suicide notes with drlulu at gmail.com. I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking about some more words. Last week we talked about the word commit, I guess to commit or not to commit, right? And I got an email asking me, well, what's wrong with the word commit? Well, I guess that's a good question. The first thing is, it's no longer in. It's just not the word to use anymore. A lot of words come and go. Sometimes we just have to go with the flow. I like that rhyme. So once upon a time in the long, 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 long time ago, people used to get victimized for attempting suicide. It was like a crime. The families get victimized, they get isolated, they get ostracized, they get further stigmatized because their child died by suicide. They were not allowed to bury their children in the church cemetery and things like that. So we don't use the word commit anymore because of reasons like that. I mean, it just further makes the situation worse. There are other words you can use. And so today we're going to talk about those words. And how are we going to do that? We're going to read from my book. And yeah, so if you don't know, I'm also a three-time best-selling author. My first book is called How to Raise Well-Rounded Children. My second book is called A Teen's Life. And my third book is called How to Teach Your Children About Racism. But we're going to be reading from this book today. Very short, not too long. And so we're going to be talking about some words to avoid because words matter. And I know sometimes people say, well, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. In this case, what you say is just as bad as how you say it. So we're not going to be saying committed, anything with the C word anymore. So if you listen to Dr. Lulu, you should know that never again should you say commit suicide. All right. So what do you say instead, Dr. Lulu? What do you say? Well, calmate. Let's talk about that. So you can say suicided because the word suicide is also a verb. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's true. You can say suicided rather than committed suicide. Okay, you can say died by suicide. You don't have to say committed suicide. You can say died of suicide. Suicide as an entity, yes. And so rather than saying successful attempt, there's nothing successful about a death. And so don't say successful. Say suicided, died of suicide, died by suicide, took their own life. Kill themselves even. But don't say failed suicide attempt. Failed attempt, that makes it look like the opposite of failure is success. And we don't want to say that at all. So died by suicide, suicided, killed themselves, took their own life. Don't ever say completed suicide. There's nothing complete about that. It's not a good thing. So no, you say suicide death. Just don't say committed suicide, okay? And don't say someone who is suicidal is having dramatic behavior or manipulative behavior or they're lazy or, how dare you think about that or what do you mean you want to do that? Listen, they need nothing but love and compassion and empathy from you. So you don't say that. Rather, you just describe the behavior. They're acting different. They're acting sad. They're acting erratic. They're giving away their stuff. Describe what they're doing, but don't use words like manipulative and trying to get attention. Oh my God, it's not attention seeking. And if you don't know this yet, I'm a TEDx speaker, and one of the last things I say in my TEDx talk is a suicide attempt is never a cry for attention. It's always a cry for help. But since then, I've upgraded that to is a cry for connection. A suicide attempt is never a cry for attention. It's a cry for connection or a cry for help. So now you know the words you should use and the words you should not use. We're going to go over it again one more time. Don't say committed suicide. Say died by suicide, suicided, killed themselves, took their own lives. Don't say successful suicide attempt. Please, there's nothing successful about that. Don't say failed suicide attempt in the same vein. There's nothing failure about that. It's just not. So what you say matters. Words matter. Don't say completed suicide. Say suicide death. Don't say completed suicide. Do not call them dramatic or manipulative or seeking for attention. Don't say that. It is never, never a fun thing for anyone to attempt suicide. So, no, don't say that. Say it's a cry for connection, it's a cry for help. So, hopefully, with those few words, you guys, your vocabulary has increased. Again, the book is A Teen's Life. And yes, you can grab your copy by calling 0803 786 6124 and ask for Chris. And yes, we do have our own email. My email address is, you can try Ask Dr. Lulu, but I prefer suicide notes with drlulu@gmail.com. And the word doctor is abbreviated to DR. So suicide notes with drlulu@gmail.com. Thank you so much. That's all I had today. Remember, words matter. And so next week, we're going to talk some more about suicide. Hopefully, I'm helping to get you a little bit in the know, because that's the whole idea. Remember, using the word commit isolates, victimizes, ostracizes, and further stigmatizes the family as well as the victim. All right, now you know enough. Go and be good. And remember, the life you save might be your own. So be compassionate. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.